Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And in this video we will talk about self-awareness. So our lives are constantly busy with a lot of obligation, right, with a lot of tasks and plans, and this creates a lot of actually confusion. And when we are confused, it's create actually a lot of also stress. And we try in this situation, we try to accomplish basically everything at the same time with a lot of tasks. So actually, what is self-awareness, right? So self-awareness is the ability to focus on yourself and what your thoughts are. So do your emotions, desires, and action align with your thoughts and your desires? So this is a question, right? So practicing self-awareness is crucial. It's about actually to learning to better understand why you feel what you feel and why your actions and behavior are in particular way. So also self-awareness gives us actually the opportunity and freedom to change things about ourselves and the life of what we want, right? So when you begin to practice your self-awareness, it will actually bring clarity to your present moment and your present situation. So all this will guide us to the right choices and to also take the right actions. And I learned from my own experience actually when I was constantly non-stop busy, right? I even didn't have time to pay attention to myself, so my feelings, my senses, and I used to live actually my life in like non-stop, like robotic mode. It was not a good time for, obviously, not for my health, not for my actually my personal life also, and actually my quality time. So when we are busy, it's very hard to control our thoughts, control our emotions. So this is what what happened in this situation. So we disconnect to ourselves, right? We disconnect who we really are, because all that I would say impact from environment or like I explained, our different behavior, because in chaotic mode or when we're not aware of present moment, because self-awareness is actually a present moment, right? And this is not a good place to be, and it's caused like a lot of different issues, include like stress, anxiety, and actually create a lot of fear, which is fear a guide to basically even like hate, right? And hate guide us to fear. So, and it's really very sad, but unfortunately some people not aware of that, and sometimes we blame our situation or maybe somebody else. Obviously we can also tell about environment, because like I mentioned maybe in previous video, so environment, it's play very crucial role, because what is environment? It's good environment, good energy, right? So not so much healthy environment, it's not so good energy, because everything is energy, right? And especially people who is very empath, they feel that. And sometimes when we go into store, you probably can feel when it's like crowd, it's a lot of people, so it's mixing different energy. It doesn't mean what is like bad energy, right? We don't want to say it's bad energy, or it's like only good energy and bad energy. It's not such as mean. It's possible, but honestly, it's more applied to are you or I or we are aligned with certain energy, right? Because some people, let's say, it's like person who actually very friendly with you, right? And everything is perfectly fine. But in somehow it's like no connection, right? No connection. Sometimes even like you don't want to be around that person. And if it's just like, it's kind of weird for me, this is how I feel sometimes. It's kind of weird and I can understand, and obviously our body is miracle. So even science doesn't know 100% how everything is work, right? We only maybe can experience that or from our knowledge or from our own experience. So how it's work. But my point, when you come to crowd store, it's sometimes you just like to completely get out from there, because it's like all that mixing energy which is not aligned with like our energy. It's make us kind of like upset, maybe even stressed out and nervous. So if you're such as type of person, right, just advise, maybe prepare yourself mentally. So that's okay when you're gonna meet a lot of people, and that's okay. So it's got nothing to do with you, because you are aware of that. So that energy in this moment not aligned with you. And this is basically your protection, because honestly, we know what's going on like in the world, right? Like it's kind of like really very sad energy, I would say. And it's also impact on everyone, right? So to stay in your core, to reconnect to yourself, it's just good to recognize that and basically like mentally protect yourself from that. And just like, if I start to feel like that, I always say this is nothing do with me. It's not my problem at all. It's just my energy kind of resist or not accept or not align. I would say this is even better word to use for that. Not align with some other people energy. And we know experience when we feel, I would say, like met one or first time person in our life, right? And that person is like, oh my gosh, I just like to be around that person. I just like to stay with that person. Even if it's maybe nothing common with that person, but it's like all that aura, all that energy is just really attract to them. So this is what, and again, I'm just like sharing my own experience. It doesn't mean what I am right, or I am wrong. I just sharing how I feel, and maybe this is resonate with you too. So and basically, yeah, come back to my conversation. So when I was non-stop busy, right, like about self-awareness, so I like I said already, I disconnect to myself, and I wasn't easy for me to really even recognize what's going on. So because of that, right, and obviously we have good job, like people have business and they enjoy so much, and this is great, right? I also learned from that experience lesson number one. So when we do in our life what we like to do, it's obviously it's give you so much like happiness, right? Joy and happiness. And of course, joy and happiness, it's very healthy, very good for us. So also like consider, and I know like in some situation we can't leave our job, right? Because we have to pay bills, etc. And we don't like that. But again, most important here too, this is why how we have to practice self-awareness, right? So how we have to practice self-awareness? By doing meditation. Why meditation? Because meditation give us actually sense of clarity, right? Clarity is here and now. What's going on inside of me? What is aligned with me right now and what is not, right? Or like I mentioned in my first video, who I am right now and who I am not, right? So, but again, this is help you identify and kind of give yourself credit too, and give other people credit. So it's okay if they maybe behave certain way, right? It's not our problem. It's their problem. Because if you start to think, okay, in this situation, I'm perfectly fine, right? I know who I am, and I don't have to worry about that environment, because I already know, for example, I'm going to store and I'm not react, for example, in some some are lying people, or even I would say driving, right? Driving. Everyone probably experienced it. Sometimes very unpleasant driving, like people driving, right? Basically, like very dangerous. They don't care. They don't care about how they're driving, but like it's irritate you. It's irritate. They kind of not polite during driving. So in this case, also just advise to take deep breath and just start to think about, okay, thank God you are driving properly. You are driving how you should drive, right? Not to create any like future problem for person who is driving. So you're responsible for your action, right? And knowing that, you don't have to worry about your action because your action is perfectly appropriate. So in this case, it's help you to not to react. Because when we react, right, it's basically reaction also kind of like persistence, right? And when we persist something, so we react and we're like, oh, we're not happy with that. We're not happy how people driving or something like that. But just think about, okay, I'm perfectly fine with my driving, but they're driving bad. It's their problem. So it's you send that energy to exactly in the direction from where that energy came. I don't know if you're familiar with Kung Fu. I just took just very basic lesson. It was very interesting philosophy, and I like that. So, like Taekwondo, for example, they are fighter. They fight. They really fight to protect themselves, right? But Taekwondo, Kung Fu is a little bit different. So if I'm wrong, my apology. I just took like very basic classes. I know maybe some of you like very how to say experienced martial arts people, and I respect that. But I just sharing my knowledge with how I learned from my teacher, a Kung Fu teacher. So and I like that philosophy because what happened with Kung Fu, you not fight with the opponent. You direct like with your energy, basically it's hard for me to explain. Like I said, I never taught someone Kung Fu. Yeah, I just like I said, just took a couple of classes for myself to understand how it's work. And actually I love it because you're not fighting, basically not fighting. You prepare energetically opponent with your motion, with your movement, kind of like distraction, and send them away from your way, not to fight with them. Obviously, if they're very aggressive and they start to fight with you, you can protect yourself and you can protect yourself, and obviously you can fight, so they can fight too in Kung Fu. But like I said, I like idea why we have to fight when everything can be come to in very peaceful way, right? It's the same concept like with energy or concept with environment. If you're able, strong enough to manage your environment, even with that attitude, like energetically and mentally, send your good positive intention maybe to person or your rude boss who like basically not make your day going well, right? So, and actually it's very true, it's work, by the way, because it's energy. You change your intention and you change your thoughts versus to fight or resist, because everything what resist in life, we resist. For everything what we are resist, right, in our life, it's persist. Is more we resist, it's more it's persist. So we have to be actually very careful about how we acting, because everything that's coming back. Like sometimes we don't pay attention to that, and we think, oh, like whatever, doesn't matter how I'm acting in life, and I will be perfectly fine. But actually I believe karma, and again, it doesn't mean that everybody has to believe to that, but I believe so. It's all our action towards someone, it's actually coming back, right? So, and everything what we put in universe, so what our intention to the universe, exactly same intention coming back to us. So this is why self-awareness is actually crucial. And and lesson 2, what I learned from my busy lifetime, right? So it was my lesson number 2. If you do a lot of things constantly over time, it creates unbalance in each area of your life. Do you remember all that layers, or actually in Indian Sanskrit it's considered kosha, layers like our physical body, our energy body, our mental body, our intelligence body, and if it's everything is aligned, we come to actually our bliss, our happiness, right? And also in each area of our life. But most important to be aware of, again, like I said, is like highlight everything in our, I know probably maybe getting tired, what I'm constantly repeat present moment, but like repetition or constant reminder to yourself what we have to be present. And when we're present, we are able to think straight, right? When we are think straight, we're able to take right action. So when we start to take action, we unlearn bad habits. So it's kind of like it's follow like chain. So, and what is it exactly again like self-awareness? So self-awareness is not actually a simple practice. For some people, can be, right? Can be pretty challenging, especially if you are use a bad habit, right? And not to pay attention what is going on, and not take responsibility for your action, for example, like driving, right? Also can be so many different things. And by the way, when we're not happy with someone, right, it's and I know it's easy to get unhappy and be angry, but it's best way you can think about, because like I already mentioned, you already know who you are right now, right? You're doing good things, and it's, if you know what somebody doing kind of not the right things, you can like forgive them, because think that way, they are not doing correctly, or they're not doing good things, right? It's actually, I feel sorry for them, because they even not aware of that. We even can send them like good intention for changes, and actually this work too, by the way. If you had experience, you can practice with your boss. If you're not happy with your boss, try, and you can tell me, like put comment below. So if you start in your mind, let's say person who really give you very hard time in your life, it's going to be boss, maybe family members, who knows, start to think very positively about that person, and start to think, so yeah, this is actually, I feel sorry about that person because it's needs some changes. So when you start to think like that and really like send positive energy, like with your good intention, with your positive vibes and your thoughts, you will see how that person start to change in positive way towards you. And this is what actually was my discovery after like I don't know how many years, when I start to practice yoga and study about like ancient philosophy. So it's actually very interesting. Another thing what I actually can share with you quickly, it was very inspiring and kind of like was good lesson, and I hope you maybe will see some value. So I have one friend who went in ashram to like in Indian ashram, maybe two months, right, or 1 month, now I don't remember. So she came and she shared story, and even I invite her to share with my community on those time from my past. And it was very fascinating actually what she shared. So she like when she used to live in ashram, they ate every day same food, right? And the prayers or meditation, I would say they consider also like prayers. 4 a.m. every morning, 4 a.m., right? And everybody like should be on time, of course, but very interesting things what happened with her. One day she was oversleep, and she actually was like realized what its meditation or prayers already started. She felt so bad, so she quickly just like come to that area where they do meditation or prayers. And she was thought, her thoughts was, what now somebody will tell her something, what how she's like, how it's possible so she's so late, or what I would say, yeah, why she did it, why she's late. But she was surprised, no one even did her any sign, everything was like nothing happened. So nobody say any word, no one even talk with her about that topic, what she was late. So she learned the lesson from that. It was her responsibility because she started already feel so bad. She should be on time and she wasn't. So this is how they actually very disciplined and organized people, and it actually helped me to be more also disciplined and organized. I'm actually wake up now every morning 4 a.m. too. So, and sometimes 4:30. Sometimes I'm cheating, but I mean, I'm not pretend that I'm Zen or Zen monk. Of course not. But it was very interesting how she felt actually couple days very guilty, very bad what she was late. And her place, by the way, for meditation still was available. This is what very interesting, right? Like interesting, like a lesson, and she just really shared with us, and she said this was her lesson. So they teach that way how you have to dealing with yourself, right? Like how so basically, yeah, teach us how to be responsible for our action in life. So this is what all about like self-awareness. And also I like to like a little bit read for you here. I just found some information which is very related to all the topic about, I would say, present moment, like kind of include not to resist so much in life, and just like acceptance we talk in like in some previous video. So like I said, it's not actually easy to practice, right? Practice your self-awareness, but meditation. So basically we have to meditate, right? So practicing self-awareness gives you opportunity and freedom to change things about yourself and change for the life that you want, right? It's we kind of covered it already. The true presence is being is the flow state, which is characterized by complete silence, right? So meditation is silence, because when our mind, and this for some people it will be very challenging, by the way. It took me a little while, it actually maybe not, because my yoga journey began actually from meditation, not opposite way. Some people from yoga to meditation, I did my journey unintentionally, actually it just happened naturally. So I did from my meditation. I had one teacher who initiated me or introduced me to meditation, and did some kind of very interesting ceremony with petals of flowers. So it's like another story. So anyway, so the true presence is being in the flow state, which is characterized by complete silence, inner silence. All the annoying voices inside your head that question and debate your decisions and causes anxiety. So because yeah, when we think so much, right, overthinking, this is what gives us actually anxiety, stress, right? And stress obviously not guide anywhere, like guide us deeper to that rabbit hole more and more. And you begin to fully invest in the present moment. The main goal of a lot of practice such as mindfulness or meditation is to achieve this flow state. This is what I like to quotation. I really like that. So to achieve this state of flow requires systematic practice, like I mentioned before, such as meditation. Your daily meditation will take you not only to the present moment and clarity, but gives you a sense of knowing with path to take and do so without question and hesitation. If we observe anything in nature, we can notice that everything in nature is flowing with less resistance. And when I read that, it was like, yes, it's actually very interesting. I know it's philosophical, but you start to think. So everything what resists is like come back to us like karma, right? So until we will not pass that test, universal test, So not to resist and just like really accept what we can and change what we also able to change, right? So it's come back to us again and again. I learned from my life experience too. It simply goes where there are less obstacles and navigate around the problematic areas. In other words, the flow state always directs you to the simplest solution of your problem versus to worry so much about your obstacles. So, and I know already, guys, what you watch my previous videos, right, with meditation. Yes, I like someday I will be guide you if you don't mind. I hope you will be enjoy. So maybe like simple meditation. I don't know when. But this is for today, and I appreciate. Thank you so much to actually sign up or subscribe. I am sorry for my channel who already subscribe, and I will be appreciate if you will subscribe. And I hope you was enjoyed that video, and I will see you soon, and have a wonderful day.